Hello. Sick of me yet? The month of July. So I'm currently in my room because I have been recovering from sickness for the past couple of days. Alright, I'm strong. So this month I didn't really do much. I didn't really vlog much. I was trying to be in the moment, be present, aka I forgot. And also, I just wanted to live my life and be chill and have fun experiences that only I can remember in my brain but might forget in like a decade or two. You know what I mean? That's okay. So let's get into it. Mainly school. School is mainly what I recorded because I'm in school every 5 seconds. That's all I'm doing all day, every day. Other than that, I'm doing other things. But for school, this month we did a lot of things. Currently in intermediate, and for the first month of intermediate, it's gone by so fast. We only have like 15 more dishes to make before the exam. I feel like I did well on almost all of them, except for the opera cake, which is interesting. All of the exam dishes this term are cakes, which are fairly easy to make. It's just the assembly and the decoration that is more of the tedious part because they're really looking at how even your layers are, how clean, and then your piping, your chocolate piping. So it's really more decoration, technique, evenness of the layers that they're looking at. It's a process, it's a thing, but it's not too crazy. It's cake, you know what I mean? And we had a cake for our last exam, so, you know, it's cake. This is what a typical morning at Cordon Bleu looks for me. Just coming here early so I can study in the cafe, sweating because it's hot in the dressing room.
Hot cross buns.
Period. It's been fun, but I feel like this term has been more stressful. I've had some interesting experiences with certain chefs that are interesting. It makes me a little bit scared about, not scared, but it makes me think about the industry and how toxic the industry can be just because of the people that you work with and experiencing, you know, I don't know how to say, like, certain chefs are just, you know, not my vibe. And, it's just, like, I know that this industry is very toxic, especially if you go into, like, if you're, like, an actual chef. Me, I'm a pastry chef, so I can get away with working at, like, an all-women's bakery or probably not. No, probably not. But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I could find loopholes not to be in a less toxic environment. Like maybe like a homier, I don't know, but like I feel like these places where they're like so serious, it's giving stress, it's giving toxic environment, and I don't know if I really want to be stressed at my work environment.
Why is it sad? Because the drinks turn out, of course. I don't believe you. I see your croissants and they look great.
The job I had before was the funnest job I've had in my entire life. I literally taught kids and adults how to cook. And now I'm learning how to cook. Like, actually cooking and being in food production is a very different experience for me. And I don't know that I like it. I don't know that I love it. I think it's boring. I think it's pretty boring. I think that I really, really love teaching. And I'd rather do recipe development because food production, But I think that for me to be able to teach and do recipe development, I do need to do what I'm doing right now, which is, you know, working in food production, so I actually know what the heck I'm doing in the future. So I'll have to push through this boring season. But I think it might not be boring. I feel like it's just the place that I'm currently at, my internship, working at Valley Poke. I don't know, it's just they're doing the same things every week, and I'm just like, okay, I'm lining up pie tin, okay, cool. Poking holes into it, okay, cool. I'm rolling a croissant, okay. Oh, I'm filling this pie tin with some pre-made stuff, okay. Make sure it's even. You know what I mean? Boring. This is how I'm walking out. Bread check. Sourdough, whatever that is, and a bunch of croissants in my bag. Okay, so I want to show you what we make, and this is the one thing that I made today. Well, I didn't really make it, I assembled it. It's an eclair, so this is my first time trying. That's not good. Bro, their chocolate one though, That one smells so good. It's okay. I need to do this and get good at it so that when I'm ready to apply to the career that I want to be in, then I'll be set and I'll know what I'm supposed to do and it'll be all good. This morning I have a few errands to run before I go to school. I'm going to be shopping for my internship that I have. So I'm going to go to, I'm going to go to Sainsbury's to get my lunch food. And then I'm going to go to Nisbet's to get a uniform. Well, not a uniform. I'm really just getting pants and like shoes. So that's what I'll be doing this morning. I also made an iced coffee, so hopefully that'll be good. Next to the Nisbets, that's where I usually go. Like, I've never heard of this, but I asked the lady at Nisbets and she said to come here.
Yeah, we send people back and forth quite a lot because we kind of do different things. Like, they do more equipment, whereas we do
The goods, and I'm on to school.
This lift is going up.
But yeah, working at Belly Poke has been interesting. I'm glad I have an internship though, because I get a glimpse into like what it's like to work in food production. Hopefully the next internship I get will be paid. Because I am broke. I ran out of all my money. I don't understand, like, the prices of London. I said it in my first vlog, like, y'all are really choking us. You're like, it's yeah. So I don't love that. I'm like super budgeting now. Like, literally, I don't have room for anything else besides travel and food, and that's like hundreds of dollars for just that. I don't understand it, but that's okay. That's okay. So I've been meal prepping for the past 3 weeks. I've been meal prepping all my foods, trying to not to order out, eat out. And if I do order out or eat out, it's probably like at the school cafe. Because if I'm like super tired, I'll probably get like a drink. The croissants at the Cordon Bleu are stupidly, insanely delicious. I haven't had anything better than theirs, and it's quite concerning because I went to Paris and y'all saw I taste tested the croissants. I don't know how many I had, but there were a lot. They were all mediocre compared to the Cordon Bleu, so I don't know. Here's what I'll be eating with today. Portion control. I'm in the park eating my lunch, but I have some basically quinoa. It's basically quinoa with a bunch of roasted vegetables, bell peppers, purple potato, broccoli, kale, carrot, chickpea. You can see how exhausted and tired I am. And then I have like a tahini and Dijon mustard dressing. I also ate watermelon. That's housed, that's gone. I have some dates and pistachio nuts. And then I have like some cherries. It may seem like a lot, and it is. That's on purpose. If I eat big, like in the middle of my day, I'm burning most of my calories during the day instead of having a meal at nighttime when it's like you're not doing anything or I'm not doing anything. And yeah, so I'm just trying to have my quote-unquote dinner meal in the midday and then have like a light snack for lunch, for dinner. I'm not speaking correctly at this point. I have an hour break, so I'm super glad. Yay. So I've been meal prepping, trying to eat whole food, God-given comida, and especially going to the plant-based. I'm still eating meat, but like, here's my mindset on this. Plant-based, because our bodies were created to eat. If we look in Genesis, hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Genesis 1:29. Then God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. This is NIV. If you look at any other version, it'll say that will be yours for meat. Let me get my Geneva Bible. This is really interesting to me. This Bible's like so cool. It's kind of like, it's not ancient because it's technically new, but the handwriting is It's English, but it's not English. You know what I mean? Anyway, Genesis, what is it, 129? And God said, behold, I have given unto you every herb bearing fed. Hold on. Every herb bearing seed, which, if the letters are weird, F is an S, which is upon all the earth, and every tree wherein is the fruit of a tree bearing seed, that shall be to you for meat. Isn't that interesting? In NIV it says for food, but in the old version of the Bible it says for meat. So technically, we were really just made to eat vegetables, seed-bearing plants, fruit that have seed in it. If you look at a fruit and it doesn't have a seed in it, aka grapes, don't eat that ish. Does it make sense to you? That means it wasn't produced from, if you think about a seed, every seed produces a seed. So if that fruit doesn't have a seed, that means it wasn't here in the very beginning. You know what I'm trying to tell you? So watermelon, if that ish don't got seeds in it, why are you eating it? Seeded watermelon, seeded grapes, eat that. You know what I mean? So anyway, the consensus is I'm trying to eat plants, vegetables, vegetales, all the good stuff. And then also on top of that, I'm going to be eating meat. But I'm thinking, like, what did Jesus eat? He was eating fish. And back in the day, they also ate, in the Bible times, they would also eat lamb, okay? They would eat lamb. And I looked up, like, I asked ChatGPT, what's the most nutrient dense and good for you meat to eat? They said lamb. Isn't that interesting? So I think lamb and fish are what I'm gonna eat. And the reason I'm like going off of that is because after the flood, God gave us the right to eat meat. I'm assuming because the earth had been flooded for 100 days. I know it says 40 days, 40 nights, but they were in that boat for, let me get the exact number. I don't want to just be, see, this is what's scary about like sharing the Bible, because if I give you a number then I'm wrong, then it's just like, what the heck.
Okay, so I'm just now coming back from class, and I wanted to get a shawarma. I just visited this place. I usually get shawarma wraps at a different kebab shop, but this time I decided to go to one that was literally right near me. And this thing is, look at, it's heavy. It's hefty and it's heavy. This is fully turned into a food review, but the falafel at the other place is much better. Like,
so it's crazy because we started with Adam and Eve, generation completely zipped out of way. It's gone, okay? They were all flooded. Now we're starting again with Noah and his wife and his sons' wives. Basically the same commandment that God gave to Adam and Eve, he's now giving to Noah. Be fruitful and multiply. Be fruitful and increase in number and fill the earth. The fear and dread of you will fall on all the beasts of the earth and all the birds of the sky in the sea, on every creature that moves along the ground, and all the fish in the sea that are given into your hands. And I was thinking, why would God put fear in the animals? You know what I mean? And this makes sense to me now, because I was even asking ChatGPT, so like, why are animals so fearful of us now? Back then, we didn't eat animals. They had no reason to fear us. Now that we eat animals, I think Chat was like trying to say, like, take it more seriously that you're taking life. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like an easy thing for you to do, like, that's a life, you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know what I'm trying to say, like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So yeah, I think taking and eating animals more seriously, because they were once our buddies and now they're our food. It's kind of sad. But yes, we have the right to eat them now because of the lack thereof plants and vegetales and you know, all the things that the earth produced before it was flooded. I feel like having a main diet of plant-based and then also eating lamb and fish makes sense in my brain because it's biblical eating. No? I don't know how I got into all that, but yes. Look how thick. Geneva Bible, NIV. And NIV, this version of the Bible has a bunch of like add-ins in it. It's not just the Word of God. It's also like, you know, added stuff. But this is like, look at this word. Look at these words. How cool. How cool is that? Anyway, I went to church with my friend. And after, it's so interesting because I was thinking about this earlier. I'm like, I've been a Christian for 5 years. And I've never experienced church hurt until last month. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Like, because usually people experience church hurt before they're like or newly Christians, or like they're trying to experience the church, or they're brought up and like, no, I've experienced church, so I'm not a Christian. But like, I've experienced that last month, and I've been a Christian for 5 years. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? So it kind of made me a little scared. No, I wouldn't say scared. Just made me a little bit weary, or made me think hard about like the, being led by a church and their doctrine, and it made me a little bit scared to go back to church. So I didn't go to church for like 3 weeks straight.
I'm gonna cry.
Which, I mean, it might not seem like a lot to you. But that's almost like a month, and that's like, I want to be in the church, you know what I mean? But it's like scary because you never know what they're. Anyway, so I ended up inviting my friend, my classmate, to church. She was raised Catholic. Their family wasn't really go to church or go to, mass? I don't know anything about the Catholic. I'm sorry, I don't know. But go to those. They didn't go every week, so it's not like they were. And I didn't either. I wasn't raised going to church every week. It was very inconsistent. So that's why I guess now, like, it's hard for me to say, it's not hard. Like, I don't have an excuse, but it's the reason why I'm not as consistent as going to church every week as someone who was raised that way and going to church every week. So anyway, I invited her, and we had a great time. And then we went to this museum after that was like, I guess medieval, but it also had a lot of biblical artifacts and like stuff from the old times, and the Roman era, the Victorian era, where everybody was on fire for God, and it was the whole thing. It was very beautiful in there. I didn't film much. I didn't take many pictures because I was just like, I was living my best life in the moment, okay? That's what I was doing, and that's what I did a lot this month. I was chilling, living my best life, trying to figure out what is going on with me. You know what I mean? So, I don't know why I'm so animated. This is just me on a regular. So yeah, that's what I did, and that was nice. I feel like I talked about everything. And besides all that, I just chilled and had a great month, and I've been walking. I've been trying to walk 10K steps a day. I tried to walk to school or from school, which is like an hour walk. It doesn't even get me to 10,000 steps. I think I have a really long stride because I'm really tall. So, but walking for an hour, 3 miles, does not get me to 10,000 steps. Is that weird? I feel like that's weird. But I guess because I have pretty long legs. I don't know. And I be speed walking, so it's like walk. Anyway, I'm excited for the next month. There's going to be really cool opportunities happening at the school. I'll be able to work at Le Cordon Bleu's restaurants, the Cord. And I'm interested in that because, my school, specifically my class, my group, is not very great with teamwork or communication. So working together is going to be interesting, and I feel like I might need to have a pep talk with my group because only half of us, like, I feel like our group is pretty split, and half of us can really work good together, and the other half, I don't think they had an original interest to be in the pastry world, which is fine. I feel like anyone can do it, and they're here in intermediate. Intermediate's hard. Like, we're struggling in intermediate. I don't even know what the heck superior is going to be. Or I'm struggling just a little bit. But you saw. You might think what I present is looking good. But if you see what the chefs do, and then we have to recommend, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching this month of July. I'm so excited for August. Yeah. I'm going to get back to laying in my bed and rest more. So that I feel better for Sunday.